Hey Donna,
Hey, Greg.
been a week.
I know. I'm glad I came back on a win.
That's what we
While I
needed.
was gone, it was ugly.
We needed Donna who's always right. That's what was missing.
Right. Oh, my goodness. It's been ugly, but we got to win without Brian and AR.
A win is a win. I don't care
We'll
who's.
take it.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
With the tanking Portland Trailblazers, but we'll take it. We'll take any
Yeah.
win we can get.
Yeah, this is an act of self-sabotage at an organization. They're doing a good job of tanking.
Right.
Yeah, Utah's having a hard time tanking. They got too much talent.
Right. Right. So it was a good game. Our boy Rui stepped up.
Indeed.
It was
Well,
great.
let me welcome the Laker fans
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Purple Blood Lakers podcast. We're talking about game 24 versus the Portland Trailblazers, where we got ourselves a win. So you were talking about you gonna start with Rui?
Yeah, Rui was great.
Yeah.
23. Still want more rebounds from him. He only had 5 rebounds, but he's about 9 for 12, so he's very efficient. Um, so yeah, he stepped in nicely. Just wish we could get a little bit more consistency out of it, but without Brian, he stepped up big time. So I'll take it.
I like the consistent efficiency, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more later because you're gonna hate me for this, but I put some of the blame on Bron for the lack of shot volume.
Nah. I don't ever when I play ball, it's like I never put it on anybody else to give me the ball. You got to go. If you want the ball, you go find it. Because if you're number 4 on the option list, normally you're not going to get a lot of shots. You're going to have to go find some yourself. And I just feel like Rui stands around a little too much. He's just not active. When you're active, the ball finds you. And I just feel like if he's not getting it, he needs to be active and create his own shot. Because if you're the 4th option on a team, how many shots are you really going to get? Maybe like he gets 8 to 10 a game. That's pretty much how much you're going to get when you option number 4. So you got to be efficient. You got to, get 5 out of 8, something like that, a few threes here and there. You keep saying 20. I'm good with 15. If I could get 15 out of him consistently, I'd be happy because he is option number 4 when everybody is playing. So, option 4 doesn't get that many shots. If you get 10 shots a game, you're lucky. So, um,
His shooting percentage has been off the charts. 5 for 6, two of the last 3 games. And therefore I say more shots. But
yeah.
first of all, you came at me twice just then. First of all, you're talking about people getting shots. If I'm not mistaken, you were a point guard. So you touched the ball every time down the court.
No, but my last season I played in high school, I played the 3. And that's when I scored a lot in my last season, my senior season there. And that's when I got to shoot. That's when I didn't have to play point guard that year because we had a new shorter person that came in and the coach wanted her to play point guard. I go, fine, I'll go to the scoring spot and let me get a chance to score some points. So I played scoring, the 3 my last year. And
So that's, I
I
think,
just feel like you have to go get them. If you're not getting the ball, you can't pout about it.
that's 4 times in the last 8 or 9 sentences that Donna, who's always right, said, I played, which is her way of saying, Greg, you didn't play, so shut the hell up. I don't
Not
appreciate
really.
it,
I'm
but I'm
just
still
like
going to talk myself.
go get the ball. There's so many ways to score in a game that it doesn't have to be a direct pass to you. Um, and
Yep.
Rui sometimes is really active, and then
Yep.
sometimes he's not. So I don't know if the coach is telling him to sit tight in the corner or he's just kind of trying to figure out where he should be. Because again, he's number 4 option. So that's difficult you got to stay out of the way of option number 2 and option number 1. So you're still trying to figure out where you can find your points and your shots. So I get it, but I figure he's only going to get about 8 or 10 shots a game on an average.
I'd love to see 10, but
Yeah,
he's
be
getting more
nice.
like 6. And if it's not Bron, it's the coaching staff. And I think it's both of them. It's the coaching staff telling him, get the hell out of Bron's way. Bron's going to do his ISO. He's the only man on the whole left side of the court. And you stand there. And the problem with our offense The number of times that we ISO Bron is so easy to guard four people lined up, not moving, especially
Not moving.
know
That's
the
the key. Not moving.
and the other thing is was the difference between with D'Lo last night. D'Lo does not. Both AD and Bron catch the ball, get to their spots, and stand there and bounce it. I say,
Yeah.
okay,
Try
you
to
guys
figure it out.
move. I want an assist. And so you got to cut into a vector pass, pass. I'm gonna use some. Don and I were in. You got to go back and watch the intro to understand this part because we were in calculus together. But the vector of the passing lane
Yeah.
is fixed. So everybody on the defensive team knows exactly where the ball is coming from. They don't necessarily know where it's going, but they know where it's coming from. And so
True.
the number of steals that we give up from Bron just standing there, waiting for somebody to make a cut, has less to do with whether or not Rui even decides to cut, whether or not the coaching staff gives him the freedom to cut, and more to do with the fact that there's no movement of the passing starting point. And last night, D'Lo was all over the court making assists. He wasn't just standing in one spot saying, "Okay, you guys, I need to pass it. I got the ball
Yeah.
up.
But
Or I'm bending over,
he's
I'm
a
in passing position." He moves, and when the
yeah.
ball is moving as well as the players are moving, that's the offense we're talking about. But when the ball stops
Yeah.
and hits in Bron's hand before he dribbles 8 seconds off the shot clock, that's the first thing that happens. And then he stands there waiting for someone to move, and then no one moves because the coaches have told him get out of his way, and then he's got to do a fadeaway or a three-point shot or do something spectacular, and we all go, oh my God, this guy's 39, 40 years old. Look at the plays he can still make. And that's the
Right.
Lakers offense now is look how great
I
LeBron,
agree.
and I'm thoroughly and completely
But
disgusted.
I think that changed because I thought at the beginning, see, that's why I people don't like D'Lo in the starting lineup, but I prefer D'Lo in the starting line for that particular reason. Is because when he has the ball moves more, and LeBron doesn't have to play the point as much as he has to do in the starting lineup now. And that's why I know it's better for him to come off the bench. I know that, but I just feel like the offense flows better with him in the starting lineup, even though defensively, and he was struggling at the beginning. So
Yeah,
they had to take him out. But I just think he moves the ball quicker. I just think and I think sometimes LeBron defers to him when he's in there, when he was starting to bring the ball up, to get the offense going. And then when we took him off the bench, AR can do it, but not really. He's not D'Lo at the point. D'Lo is smooth, moves the ball. Like you said, AR kind of does some of the same thing. He kind of dances around, goes behind his back, and see if he can beat his man off the dribble
mm-hmm,
before he decides to pass it.
mm-hmm.
And so that kind of slows it down too. D'Lo to me is the smoothest. He moves the ball. He doesn't stick. It doesn't hold it. But when him coming off the bench now, to me, that's kind of messed up the offense on the first unit, kind of.
The problem with D'Lo as a starter is against the better teams that have athletic big guards.
Yeah.
That movement gets slowed down and he gets pushed way out on the wing. He gets pushed way out. And all the stuff that he does at the free throw line extended, or even sometimes down the center of the court, based on a simple pick from AD, he's not going to get that off against the non-horrible teams like Portland. And I think that he's right to be coming off the bench because he's going to be playing against lesser guards and he's going to be able to get that movement. He hasn't been using that movement to the benefit of the team like he did last night because he had better players around him. But
Yeah.
when he learns how to use what he's got, and when he has better players around him, because we get some of our starters back, I think things are going to click really well for him on that second unit.
Yeah. Because they
Um,
moved Connect went back to the second unit, right?
no,
No, he was
Knecht
still in
had
the
to
starting
start
lineup.
because we were still down AR and
Oh yeah,
Bron.
that's right. So
I'm not.
he's met his 3 point. I mean, he's been a little off, but we knew that slump was coming.
We knew that it was coming, and I hope the team is smart enough to push him through that wall because
Yeah,
everybody goes through it, and he might go through
yeah.
it again in his second year. Um,
But keep him in the starting lineup.
Keep him in the starting lineup. We need that shooter, and his gravity is still there. They're still
Yeah.
worried about him, and that helps us big time.
And he had eight
Um,
rebounds.
that's what I was going to say. Some of Rui's rebounds went to Knecht last night, and
Yeah.
so I think Rui got the rebounds that he needed to get. And that's what I'm starting to really like about Rui. Rui, from a rebounding perspective, reminds me of Fish. Fish might get one steal a game, but it was that steal that got Kobe
It
the
was
ball when
key.
we needed it to win the game. And Rui seems to have a strategic notion about what's going on the court, and I'm starting to really pay attention to that with regards to him. There are rebounds that we have to get, and for me, it usually shows up that Rui is the one that put himself in position to get it and went out and
Okay.
aggressively got it with some strength. So
All
I'm gonna
right, I'm
start
gonna
paying more
watch.
attention to that. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a little bit closer because I just think Rui is like the key. Because I see trades and I don't want to put him in the trade. I don't want
Hey,
him in the trade because I
hey,
feel like he can be that guy moving forward.
he embarrassed us. He had about 4 plays at the rim in the first 3 or 4 games where he got his stuff
Yeah,
embarrassingly blocked, and he wasn't even he gets knocked down on those blocks, and he's not even able to come back and play defense. Um, I think that he's worked through a lot of that. I think we'll probably
mm-hmm.
see that again once or twice before the year is over.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get your shot blocked in the NBA, you're not being aggressive enough. So
Right.
it's going to happen. There's a bunch of athletes out here that's jumping just as high as you.
That's
So,
right.
but I think that the mantra in the NBA is be aggressive, go to the hole. And Dalton is getting his stuff blocked now, but it's on plays where what you got to do, you got to jump up, you got to try to dunk that ball. And
That's right.
we would rather him try to dunk and get his shot blocked than do
Right.
what AD does, fall away from the pressure and do something over the shoulder and not even have a chance of making it. So even when AD gets 30, I'm looking at 5 or 6 plays where if he had been aggressive to the hole, it would have been better for our team even if he missed a shot. It's just a momentum thing. But anyway, we talk about AD later.
Yeah, because he had a good game. I mean,
He
some
did.
shots we're not gonna like, some we gonna like, but as long as he gives me 28 to 32 a game, that's what we need out of him in double digit rebounds and 2 or 3 blocks. I
Yep.
mean, sometimes he's gonna be in a fall away mode, sometimes he's gonna be in a go to the basket mode. It just depends, but I'm just glad he's on 2 feet and he's playing.
I agree with
Uh,
that. I agree with everything you said. I
yeah,
like him better in a go to the basket mode when he stays on his feet.
yeah.
When he goes to the basket, misses the layup, and falls out of bounds on his butt, that's a layup for the other team.
Yeah, true. Because he can't get up and get back.
It's
That
not
ain't
fair.
happening.
It's
And
not
we're
fair.
really bad on transition defense. Our transition defense is horrible. And I see teams pushing it on us too, because everybody knows we don't play well on we didn't play well last year. We don't play well this year on transition defense. So they push it down even when we make a basket. They're coming at us and we're not ready. Everybody's kind of twisting around trying to figure out, and they go to the hole. It just happens on even sorry teams go at us like that. And it's just
We lost the first
sick.
quarter last night.
I know it. It's crazy.
The last 3 quarters, oh my God, our defense. The
It's just
turnovers we were
horrible.
generating. No, we were generating turnovers, especially in the second half last night.
Yeah,
It
we
was
did. We had some good. We played good. We had a lot of. We did good. We had a lot of steals last night. But
a lot of
again,
steals.
that's against Portland.
Yeah, against
Let's see
Portland.
if we can do that against. We play Minnesota next, and so
Yeah, this is the grudge match. We're one. Each of us got a win that made the other one mad, and so it's
right.
it's our turn to be mad. Let's see how aggressively we can come out against a team that, as long as that, what's that dude, Nas Reed? Is that his name?
Yes.
As
Remember
long
the
as he's
Lakers
on the,
wanted him.
huh?
Remember the Lakers wanted him when we
This
had the mid-level exception, and he went and took like 2 or 3 million more to re-sign with Minnesota.
the when he's on the court, it's almost like there's nothing the Lakers can do.
I know.
Gets
We
that
have
shot off.
nobody.
He gets that shot off from the middle of his chest, but he
I
gets it off in a
know.
microsecond.
It's
It's
horrible.
just he just stands there and poof, is gone, and he kills us. He kills us.
I
But
know he kills
again,
us all the time.
he's a strategic rebounder. He will deflate you with some of those, especially offensive boards that he.
Yes, he's a
Um,
killer.
yeah, he's a killer. He's a
He
killer.
kills us. I remember when they gave him that extension, I'm thinking, he's not even that good. Then I start watching him play, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Because he
Wow.
kills us every time. I don't care what time it is, he kills us. And I watch him playing. I watch Minnesota playing on TV against other people. And he does, okay, but against us,
Yeah, he's a monster against us.
right. We have nobody to guard him.
Yeah,
No one.
yeah.
We
That's
don't.
that's Vando's job, and he's not done it in
No. And
that
Mando's kind of
feels
skinny
like
when it comes a little bit,
he's
but we gotta win. So what can the big three showed up, the big three that we needed to D'Lo, Rui, and AD.
They
They were
were
pretty much the big three from the other night.
they
So
were fantastic. Now
yeah,
you might look at Max's shots and think he wasn't that great, but I wrote it down. Max gave us 4 rebounds
yep,
and
4 points. He was only 1 for 6, but
2 steals. I mean, 1 steal and 2 assists.
yep,
I think those were really meaningful minutes for us from Max, as opposed to Gabe, who gave us 3 points, 2 turnovers. He gave us 3 steals though. He was in the mix on those a lot
yeah,
of those fast breaks that we got. Uh,
yeah,
but it's against a team that can't hardly dribble. So
right,
Gabe, we need a lot more from you. You're a starter and you go 1 for 4.
right,
It was 24 minutes. You're back down to the Gabe that we're worried about, and you had time to work out the kinks. It's time for you
right.
to put up or sit down.
Right. And you had shots last night. I mean, Bron wasn't there, AR wasn't there, so there was some shots to be had.
Yeah.
And I just think he feels like he's supposed to come in and just play defense and shoot maybe one or two, and that's it.
I used to coach youth basketball, and there are players that I regret telling, I want you to, really focus on the defensive. I'll never say that to a player again in my life. You
Right.
can play both. Every player, it's a game where we spend equal amount of time on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be a part of a winning team, you're going to have to play hard on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
It
You
means if
have
you
to.
can't shoot, you got to learn how to shoot. If you
Right.
can't get your outside game going, you got to get to the hole. It's
Yep.
it's 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 necessary. Cam, 2 for 3, 4 assists and 2 steals. That's a beautiful contribution in 25 minutes from a Cam Reddish that we have told to hide in the corner on the offensive end.
Yes. And I
So
thought he played well. I was happy with him.
yeah, yeah.
These players remember Bruce Bowen with the Spurs? He couldn't shoot anything.
He
He
was
could play some defense. Remember, they put him on Kobe
he,
all the time, but he
he hit
couldn't
the
shoot.
he hit the
Came
three from
back
the
one season and was hitting from that corner and was
three from the
deadly,
corner. Deadly.
deadly.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
how
he
that's
came
how
in,
Cam came out at the beginning of the year. He was
yes,
he was killing that shot from the
yeah, he
corner.
was. And Bruce Bowen just turned into that 3 and D guy. I mean, that's
Yeah,
kind of when it started, kind of back
yeah.
then when they started talking about 3 and D,
You're
because he
right. He
could
might have been
lock
the
you up,
first
but he couldn't
prototype.
shoot.
He might have been the first prototype.
I think he might have been the first one. Yeah. And he started getting that corner three, and he was automatic almost from that corner. But he came in playing defense, Cal State Fullerton. Hey. Um, but came in playing D and nobody heard of him. And but man, he knew that on that starting lineup with the San Antonio Spurs, he needed to be a threat.
Hmm.
He had to be a threat from the 3 point line, and he worked on it one summer and came back. And after then, he just kept hitting those. So he couldn't really do a whole bunch of other, but from the corner, he was always ready to shoot. And I just think when you're on the starting lineup, you have to figure out how to score. It may only be 8 to 10 points. That's fine, but
Hmm.
you got to contribute something. You can't play 4-on-5 on offense.
Hmm. Right,
Not in this league.
right,
Not
right.
today.
Your man is basically helping.
Right.
And
Yeah.
in the
So,
pickup ball, for those of us who didn't play varsity and start at point guard and then play at the three in our senior year and get the score, we had to play pickup ball. We called it self-check. When you see
yeah,
a guy that was scared to shoot you, like, hey man, don't worry about him. Come help me on
that's right.
this crazy big football player that won't stop getting jump hooks in the lane. When the football players came to the basketball court, it was over for me.
Disaster.
Oh, this just the sweat alone pushed me out of the lane.
Right.
Oh, I get sick thinking about it. That's when I developed my 3 point shot. When the football players came, when football season ended, I went out to the shooting range.
That's right.
Called me the rifleman.
That's right.
But
You
it was
ain't
like
gonna be up mixing up with them old crazy football players all out of control and not, yeah. Mm-mm.
fouling people,
Yeah, it's just
uh,
horrible.
ugly. Okay,
Horrible.
so I think we covered the game. Let's get back to our agenda. We got to rename Dog of the Game because did you see the episode with Sid the Kid?
See the kid?
So I had
Uh-uh.
a guest, my daughter's friend Sid,
Oh, I
joined.
haven't had a chance to watch it.
You should check it out. He's a stat guru,
Okay.
and he got me thinking about some stats I'm going to bring up when we talk about AD. Um, but what did Sid talk about? Where was I going with that? Oh, when I brought up Dog of the Game, he thought I meant the dog, so he was talking about, oh man, Bron was really good and all. No, we don't mean dog like that. So we got to rename that. But we'll keep it dog in the game for this episode. So I guess that's on me.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Gabe Vincent. If your teammates are hurt, you step into the starting lineup. You give us 1 for 4 in 24 minutes. That's not $11 million, homie.
No.
Against the Portland Trailblazers.
Right.
What are you doing, man? So I'm gonna give him the award. We got some 1 first from the rest of the bench, but we don't expect Christian, Quincy, and Armel to do much more than that. Quincy got his first 3-pointer to go.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. He was,
one of
that was
many.
great.
I
Yep.
expect him to hit 1,000 threes in his career, so it's good to see him get started. Bronny got a couple minutes, had a nice block, but
Hmm.
he did I don't know what that shot was. But sometimes Bronny looks like he's never played basketball before.
But he
Which
been killing in the G League though. I watched the G League games.
he had 14 points, but his shooting percentage has never been good, and that's
Yeah.
that's
He's got
that's
to get
what
that better.
I
But
want to
that's
see him
usually
learn
young
what
players have bad shooting percentage.
I want to see him learn what this year. I want to see him learn what he can do, and what he can't do, and he hasn't seemed to have made much progress in that regard. And that's what worries me about him only playing home games. But like I said, we both agreed that there's probably a really good reason that they're doing.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll let it go. 3 offensive rebounds for Christian Coloco out of 6 total. With 1 assist. That man is coming.
Yeah,
That man is coming. If all he did was got us 9 rebounds off the bench, oh my God, that'd
perfect.
be a hell of a contribution. And then
Right.
he's a natural with the oops. So when uh, our guy, the backup center,
Jackson Hayes.
When Jax comes back, I bet you Christian will still get some minutes
Yeah,
off the bench,
I think so too.
and I think I'd rather see him develop than see Gabe take up minutes on the court.
Yeah,
I'd rather see Christian and Cam than I think Gabe might need to be put into one of those trades where you get
yeah, he has to.
second round pick or something, but
Yeah,
it's just not helpful to have him around. But then
no,
again, I think in the Atlanta game, he played like a champion. He looked real good, I think, in the Atlanta game. So,
just
but
not consistent. Like he can't figure out what he's supposed to be when he comes in.
and he's a veteran. And so if you can't
Yeah,
figure out what you're supposed to be, then we got to move you along. This is the
yeah,
Lakers. This is not a team where you get a chance to figure it out unless
right.
you're a rookie or a second year player.
Or he's a minimum guy, and you
Hey,
can't
that's different.
expect a lot. But no, he's $11 million guy. So
Cam is a minimum guy. I'm willing to give him
that's
some
right.
to get
That's
it
right.
together. He shows flashes that are extremely intriguing.
Yep.
Both coaches wanted to try him out as a starter. That says a lot about his game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my dog of the game is Gabe.
Yep. I
What,
agree.
what what are our positive takeaways, Donna? Who's always right?
D'Lo.
Absolutely.
D'Lo, 28 and 14. I'll take it all day, all night. He's looking like the D'Lo before. He's a little more confident, but he was whipping that ball and making those passes. So I was proud of him. He stepped up when his opportunity presented itself, and he was ready to go. So
It's
he was
just
big.
nice to see when D'Lo looks good, the world looks good.
Yeah, because he's so smooth
It's
and
just
nice.
nice.
But man, when that shot ain't hitting, it's ugly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just ugly. But he's so smooth and but man, when he's passing that ball and moving and hitting shots and going to the basket and doing his thing, he's a really good player, but we just can't get that D-Lo consistently.
He got one floater blocked from behind. When he keeps people on his hip, the fact that
Mm-hmm.
he can't get up is a bit of a
Yes.
liability.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll take it, because there's always that threat when he's got that guy on his hip of just releasing that guy and stretching his body and getting that
Yeah.
beautiful layup. So D'Lo he's a veteran that knows what he can and cannot do.
Right.
And so he's not been consistent with us, but I'm going to get into what I think the issue is with all of our players, especially Rui, and it's gonna show up in Dalton's stats. The one guy who knows how to play with Bron on our team is Austin Reeves, who's been with Bron since he was a rookie,
Yep.
and who's gotten lots of minutes since he was a rookie. And
Yeah.
so He knows what he can and cannot do, and it shows up in the stat sheet. He's actually consistent when he's in the game. He's going to get you
Right.
somewhere between 12 and 18 points, and he might bust
Yep.
23, 25.
He's
Uh,
learned.
so I'm going to run a stat by you that shocked me when I looked it up. I reviewed it in one of my solo podcasts in the last week. Offensive rating,
Hmm.
400 some players in the league. Dalton Knecht is the highest on that chart for Lakers.
Is he?
I'm only looking at people with greater than 15 minutes
Oh,
in
okay.
the
Nice.
smaller list. Knecht is 107. Number two on the Lakers is D'Lo with 110.
Mm.
AD at 136. Rui at 146. Austin at 156. This is ranking
Oh,
of
okay.
of the offensive rating stat.
Hmm.
Jack's at 199, Gabe at 209. LeBron James is number 238 in the league in offensive rating. With
That
all the
makes sense.
doubles, it's the damn turnovers and the missed free throws.
And
Uh,
it's the shots that he takes that his percentage is not always good.
it's horrible.
Yeah. But Kobe never had a good percentage either. So when you
Uh,
take a lot of shots, the percentage is usually not going to be that high.
yeah, but I think
But
that issue of the superstar mentality in the NBA hurts teams, and I think a good coach is going to see that and do something better than that. And the teams that are coming up, where the ego of the superstar isn't cemented into the whole team philosophy, they distribute the ball, everybody gets to contribute. And you look at Houston, and you see a team that has a chance after being horrible for 5 of the last 6 years is now positioned to be number one in the NBA because everybody out there balling.
yeah,
Everybody.
finally,
Uh,
takes a while.
Cam is 244 and Max is 271. Now, let's counterbalance that. Defensive rating. And now I'm going to use the actual metric, which is points allowed per. It's a real complicated formula that involves a
Hmm.
whole bunch of stats, but it boils down to points allowed per 100 possessions. Number one on our team is D'Lo. In defensive rating, Donna, D'Lo is the best Laker of all the
What?
in the
Now you
league.
know that's wrong.
He's number one at 113. Go look it up on NBA.com.
I mean, but you know that's not accurate as
I
far as like
told you I was
those numbers
watching.
don't make sense.
I told
Come
you I
on
was
now.
watching D'Lo get up in people, and I told you that I was watching Gabe get up inside of the bigs. Gabe gets switched on bigs, and he gets in their body, and he is the second Laker
Okay.
in defensive rating at 115.1. Third is Austin, Jax. Fourth is Rui. Big Body Rui is using his big body. Fifth
On
is Austin
whom?
Reeves. Sixth is AD. Seventh is Max Christie. Eight is Dalton Knecht. Nine, LeBron James. Out of 10 Lakers that I'm evaluating. And 10th is Cam. Our best defender, Cam, has the worst defensive rating on our team.
See, now you know that don't make sense.
He gets steals, but in terms of stopping people, I haven't seen it like I did in previous years.
I'm gonna have to come in differently. My phone's about to cut off.
Okay, I'm ready to bring you in the other way.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
are.
Recording in progress.
Let me turn this off.
And then the last thing I'll review is net rating. I'll keep talking while you get that straight. Number one net rating is D'Lo. It's essentially the difference between offensive and defensive rating. Number two is Rui.
Shoot, I thought
Number
I was
three is,
on.
huh?
Go
You're,
ahead.
you're good. You're showing up beautiful. Number three is Dalton Knecht. Number four is Austin Reeves. Number five is AD. Number six is Jax. Number seven is Gabe. Number eight is LeBron James. Nine is Cam, and 10 is Max. So,
Okay.
point of all of this, it's not in our best interest for LeBron to hold the ball
I
70
agree.
at a time.
I agree.
So, I want LeBron's minutes cut to under 30. We've been saying it for 3 years, but he plays 40 minutes in the
I
overtime,
know.
42 or something like that. he averages at probably 35, and
Right. Too
and
many minutes.
he's got to cut down on his minutes to under 30. 28 would be fine as far as I'm concerned. Cap didn't play 40 minutes a game when he was 42 years old,
No.
but he was effective when he came out there.
Right.
And then when LeBron is on the court, he does not need to play point guard. Do you know that AD is bringing the ball up slowly,
I
uh,
saw that.
40% of the time now? And
Why?
we never have more than 17 seconds to get into our offense. And of those 17 seconds, either Bron or AD dribbles for 6 or 7 of them. So we're constantly up against the shot clock. That's their sixth man on the other team is the shot clock because our veterans want to hang on to the damn ball to get their rhythm, taking rhythm away from everybody else on the team.
Yeah.
That's
Our
got to
pace,
stop.
our pace was better. We're like almost last in pace this year.
Yes,
I don't
that's
know
right.
why.
It's because LeBron is pounding it.
And then AD is bringing it up and walking it. We're
He's
not
walking,
passing it up.
and then we spend 3 or 4 passes way out 30 feet from the basket doing the weave for no reason.
Doing the weave.
You remember the weave?
Yes, I remember the weave. That's why I was laughing.
I did play B Squad for about 2 months before I got cut, so I know something about basketball.
Yeah, that offense, we've got to get the offense back, and that's coaching. So, I mean, JJ's got to get them back. The offense we were running early.
I want to see. I want to see. I'll know we're running it. We keep talking about cuts and all this kind of stuff. I think all that will naturally happen.
Yeah, if we're
Get the
pushing
damn
it.
basketball out of LeBron's hands.
Yeah, and we can't have AD bringing it up. We got to push when the ball comes in. You need to pass it up the court,
He
not
needs,
dribble it up over half court. That wastes 10 seconds.
he needs to
It's no
run
good.
up and give You can do a move and pick to get the ball up the court in the
Yep.
NBA. You just run back and forth around AD. Seems like we're scared to get the ball stolen, so we just give it to AD because nobody's guarding him. But
Right.
that's 7 seconds gone,
Right.
and I'm tired of that too. So we're on the same page on that.
Yep.
Um, what we got in NBA rumors?
I saw this one trade which I really liked. Now I don't know how real it was. It was Kuzma and Valanciunas from Washington for
Yeah,
D'Lo, Benson, Hood Schifino, and the 2029 first round pick.
I don't want to give up that pick, but to get a guy like Valanciunas, I would do it.
Me too. And Kuzma?
I would
I'll
do it.
take that all day.
I don't like Kuz's 33%. I wish that guy would learn how to shoot. How long? Come on, man. Come on. You know you're gonna be shooting threes. Why you can't get yourself?
Yeah, but I would take him over Hood Schifino, Vincent, and we have to get rid of D'Lo just because we have to because of his contract.
I agree.
But I'll
It
take
caused a
him
lot of problems.
because Kuz knows how to play a role, even though he's been starring on Washington, a losing team, but he does know how to play a role on a team. So I'll take him back and Valanciunas to get rid of Vincent, Hood Schifino, and we have to get rid of D'Lo just because of his contract.
He's not
I think,
starting in Washington. He had 1 year where he was the number one option, and he
and
wasn't.
and he's still number one. Between him and Poole, neither one of them shooting a high percentage.
No,
But
no, I think he looks like a number one because of his girlfriend, but that man is a beta, and he knows it.
he's their number one option.
Yeah, but he
But he
doesn't.
wouldn't be our number one option. But I think he'd fit well into the team. I
I,
think
I,
he'd be
yeah,
fine.
I'd rather him come back than I think the talk about now that Ingram has signed with Clutch. We're hearing that a lot, and
He
I don't
got hurt again.
he got hurt again. Number one and
Yeah,
number two.
he's always hurt.
I don't think he's a good fit. He's too thin to help us.
No, plus the Lakers, they're not looking at him. That was just a rumor that came out. Lakers ain't look. They got rid of Ingram. They're not bringing him back.
Yeah. Well, they got rid of Kuz too.
But they bring Kuz back though.
Yeah. Well, I think I agree with you that if that trade just like that, it'd be better if we could give up 2 seconds. But
But they ain't gonna. You have to give up one first.
why?
As long as it's not two first. To get a Kuzma and a Valanciunas, you're gonna have to give up a draft pick. That's
Okay.
just the way it goes. But I'm not giving up two first rounders.
For nothing. For
But I'll
nobody.
take one.
There's no player in the league that I give up to unless his name is Donovan Mitchell.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Okay. We got the game coming up on Friday with plenty of rest. We'll have a resurgent Bron who's had a chance to sit down and look at how the game moves when the ball
Right,
and the players are moving.
right.
What are we looking?
AR, you think he'll be back? I'm not sure.
That seems like enough time for it's one of those kind of weird injuries that it just sounds like he needs to rest his back.
Yeah.
So I would think he comes
Yeah.
back.
So hopefully he'll be back against Minnesota. And it's going to be a big test
Yeah,
because Minnesota's playing well now. I've been watching them play a little bit on TV, and they're playing much better than they were at the beginning of the season. So,
yeah, they kind of had a heart to heart that seemed to have been cathartic, and so
yeah,
they're playing a little bit better. Yep,
we
yep,
got to get a win, though, hopefully.
yeah, yeah. We can't let them start feeling like they own us
Right.
because we're going to be competing with them probably in playing. We're probably a playing team the way we're playing.
Hopefully not, but the way it's looking, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be one of the teams that we'd have to worry about. And then
Right.
hopefully we can skip Denver. They're not going to be number one. So if we get to 8, we're going to be ending up playing somebody that we got a better chance against than Denver.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
Yeah,
we're going to win. We're going to beat Minnesota. I feel it.
I hope so. I think that would be a kind of win that would give us the sense that this horrible
Slump.
situation. I forget which game it was. I don't know if it was Utah, but I told you this game feels like this is a turning point for our season. And since
Yep.
that
You
moment,
did.
it's been down.
It's been down ever since you said that. I was against Orlando. That game we lost against Orlando.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
said it's going to either go this way or that way, and it's gone that way.
Yes,
Yeah,
clearly.
clearly. It's been
So
like a plunge.
yes,
So
yes,
hopefully
yes.
we can start lifting ourselves back up out of it and start getting some wins here. So we'll see
It's all about energy against Minnesota.
for sure.
Hmm. And we need some players back.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Okay, Laker
All
fans. This
right.
is Purple Blood Lakers podcast for Laker fans by Laker fans. We are lucky enough to have Donna, who's always right back with us. Welcome home.
Thanks.
All
Go
right.
Lakers.
Go Lakers.